Good afternoon, children. So today we will be starting with the globalization part. Globalization means integrating the national economy with the world economy. So how can we integrate India with the world economy? Through international trade and capital movements. So it is generally understood to mean integration of the country with the world. However, it is a complex phenomena because it involves a set of various policies that aims in transforming and making the nation independent, transforming the nation and making the nation independent. It involves creation of networks and activities transcending economic, social and geographical barriers. So all the barriers are overcome to create networks of activities, economic activities. In short, globalization aims to create a borderless world. Changes made by globalization of the Indian economy. The new economic policy prepared a specific list. In the list, what was there? High investment industries and technological industries, which were given the permission to invest in India. That is, foreign direct investment were encouraged. Okay, up to 51%. In respect of foreign technology, automatic permission was granted up to investment to up to 1 crore. No permission is required for foreign technicians for testing the domestic developed technology abroad. In order to make international adjustment of Indian currency, rupee was devalued. Yes, we discussed it earlier also. The currency was devalued to discourage imports and encourage exports. To integrate the Indian economy with the world, the Union budget made Indian rupee partially convertible and the rupee was made fully convertible. So to integrate Indian economy with the world, in the Union budget, Indian rupee was partially convertible in 1992-93 budget. However, in 93-94 budget, the Indian rupee was made fully convertible to foreign currency. Okay, just to integrate India with the rest of the world. A new 5-year export-import policy was announced by the government to establish the framework of globalization of India's foreign trade. The policy removed all restriction and controls on the external trade and allowed market forces to play a greater role. In order to bring the Indian economy within the ambit of global competition, the government has modified the customs duty to a considerable extent. So trade policies were also brought about by the government, that is the 5-year export-import policy, where policy removed all restrictions and controls on the external trade and allowed the demand and supply forces to play a greater role in what to be exported and imported and in what amount. Moreover, it also relaxed customs duty, means tariffs and amount to be exported and imported. All these things, all these were relaxed. So accordingly, the peak rate of customs duty has been reduced from 250% to 10% in 2007-8 budget. Positive and negative traits of globalization. So first we will discuss in favor of globalization. The very first benefit was it gave access to global market. We had access to their brands, they had access to our brands. Advanced technology could be adopted. Better future prospects for large industries of developing countries to become important players in the international arena. So future prospect for large industries of developing countries so that they can also become international players. Against globalization, globalization has been criticized by some scholars. Why? Because benefits of globalization accrue more to developed countries as they are able to expand their markets in other countries. So benefits of globalization are mainly for the developed countries. Okay, as because they are able to expand their market in other countries. Globalization compromises the welfare of the people belonging to poor countries. Market-driven globalization increases the economic disparities among the nations and people. So globalization, as it was seen, it was mainly for the developed countries as they were expanding the market more in other countries. However, for the developing countries or the poor countries, it did not benefit much the people and the nation. However, it generally increased the economic disparities in the nations, especially the developing and the poor ones. Now we will move to the topic outsourcing. Okay,